Have you ever looked at your friends' spending decisions and wondered, wow, what a dumb way to use your money? Are you kidding me? I judge my friends all the time. Well, how many times do you think your friends are secretly judging you? Did Bunty really just spend $500 on a new PlayStation? He's $20,000 in credit card debt. Some bad financial decisions are more obvious than others. That's why in this video, I'm going to be going over 5 dumb ways that people use their money, some of them from personal experience. That way you do not waste your money doing these 5 things. First, you get so used to the spending that you don't know what it would be like to not spend your money. Has this ever happened to you? You go to the mall to buy a pair of jeans and you think it's going to cost you $100 and you go and buy the jeans, and that's when you find out the jeans are on sale for $50, so you got to save $50. Now you have this extra $50 in your hand and you tell yourself, I'm going to take this extra $50 and I'm going to put it in my bank and save it, or I'm going to take this extra $50 and I'm going to invest it. Yeah, well, lots of people say that, but not many people actually do that. People in America don't like the idea of taking extra cash that they thought they were going to spend and then saving the money or investing the money. Instead, they like to take this extra cash that they thought they were going to spend and they spend it. What do you have on sale for $50? Oh, that's $75. I'll take it. Studies show that when gas prices fall from $4 a gallon down to $2 a gallon or below $2 a gallon, people could save $10, $20, $30, $40 a week depending on how much you drive. But what actually ends up happening is people create this imaginary budget in their mind where they think, oh, I have to spend $50 a week on my gas, so when gas prices come down, people actually end up spending more money on gas because they start using premium gas because you have this imaginary budget that says you need to spend more money on gas. So gas prices come down and you make up for this discount by pumping more expensive gas. I have no use for an extra $20 a week anyways. Credit card debt in America is breaking a record high, and almost half of Americans have credit card debt, and the average American who has credit card debt has over $6,000 worth of credit card debt. So that $10, $20, $30, $40 you could have saved every single week could have saved you a ton of money in interest on your credit card payments. When you create this imaginary budget in your mind where you tell yourself you need to spend $50 a week on gas, it's very hard for people to only spend $25. So you need to break out of that system, start saving that cash and using it to build your wealth. Second, don't confuse your liabilities and assets. An asset is something that makes you rich, and liability is something that keeps you broke. So assets are things like investments, stock investments, real estate investments, things that you buy for the purpose of making money. Liabilities are things that keep taking money away from your pockets. When I was in high school, I was making pretty good money for a high school kid. I mean, I was working at Auntie Anne's Pretzels, so I was making pretzels and working the cashier. That was like my regular hourly job. I also worked at weddings on weekends, and I was kind of starting up my own event planning business. So I was making some decent money as a high school kid. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but for a high school kid, it was pretty good. And when I made this money, I would invest my money into my car. Anytime I had some extra cash, I parked this money in my car because I just wanted to have a sweet ride. I drove a Toyota, and one of the first things I did was I put on custom rims on my car, then I put on tints on my car, and then I got the sound system put in my car, but I didn't pay the $99 to upgrade it. That way I could have Bluetooth in the sound system because I didn't know what Bluetooth was at the time. Then I put subwoofers on my car, and then the first time I had $4,000 in my bank account, I was gonna go out and put Lamborghini doors, those butterfly doors on my car, the ones that go up. But my cousin was like, Jaspreet, you're an idiot. Don't do that. I used to watch a lot of Pimp My Ride when I was a kid, and it was all about customizing cars. And thankfully, I was not driving around in a Toyota with butterfly doors. I spent probably thousands of dollars on my car thinking I was investing this money, but I was actually investing this money into a liability, so it's not really investing. But all that money went nowhere because the car became worthless. But if I had actually invested that money into an asset, something that makes me money, well, then I would have turned my couple $1,000s that I invested into my car into something a whole lot more, because every dollar you spend on something that is a liability could be worth $2, if not a whole lot more in the future. So if I spent $2,000 upgrading my car, yeah, I spent $2,000, but I also lost out on the opportunity to make $4,000. The reason I say that every $1 you spend on a liability today is $2 you could have in the future is because if you invest $1 today and you get an average rate of return, that $1 will be worth $2 in a decade. Third, you save all your money. This one goes against pretty much every Indian person's teachings because every Indian person teaches the kid that you need to make $1, that way you can save 80 cents and spend 20 cents because the Indian mentality is to save and spend as little money as possible. I'm speaking from personal experience here. Growing up, spending unnecessary money was almost as bad as doing drugs, so you can imagine how people felt when they saw me spend money on my car. You said the video game is $50? Yeah, I'll take that. What do you think you're doing? Oh, nothing. I was just doing some drugs. Okay, I thought you were wasting money. Wait, what? I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't believe in doing any of that. And maybe that was a little bit of a stretch, but in an Indian house, you were kind of raised with the saving mentality. Now look, saving money is better than blowing all your money on video games and clothes and cars, but saving money isn't using your money to its full potential. Everybody needs to have savings, okay? You need to have an emergency savings fund. If you do not have any money saved for emergencies, then the very first thing you need to do is save money as fast as possible. That way you can save some money for emergencies. Once you have some money saved for emergencies, once you got 6 months worth of expenses saved, now it's time for you to really use your money. If you save an extra $10,000 when you're 20 years old and that money does nothing except just sit in your bank, you are losing out on the opportunity of having $200,000 when it comes time for you to retire because you could invest that $10,000 instead. Time is so important when it comes to investing because if you take that $10,000 and you invest it when you're 20, by the time you're 65, that $10,000 can grow to over $200,000. But if you start when you're 30 and you take the same $10,000 and you invest it, now that $10,000 is only going to grow to $100,000. You need time on your side. That way you can grow your money and build your wealth, but that will never happen if you are saving all of your money. The longer you invest your money, the more aggressively you invest, and the more money you invest, the more wealthy you will become, which is why you need to have savings, but you need to also be investing your money. Save enough money to protect your finances. That way you never have to worry about going into debt when an emergency happens. Once you do that, you need to start investing aggressively. That way you can really build your wealth. Fourth, you don't value your time. When you're in college, $1 is very valuable. And one thing that I thought was very interesting was how much people were willing to sacrifice to save $1. Or I guess in this case, $3. On my college campus, there was a Ben & Jerry's ice cream parlor, and every single year they would do this promotion where they would let you get a free cone of ice cream. I think it costed like $2.99 if you bought it. But if you come on the specific day, they will give you a free $2.99 ice cream. I think that price is a little bit deceiving though, because if you go and get that free scoop of ice cream, they don't give you a whole scoop, they only give you half. But people would get so excited behind the idea of getting a free cone of ice cream that they would stand in line for 3 hours. That way they could get a free cone of ice cream when you're only getting $1.50 worth of ice cream. Now look, I'm an entrepreneur, and from a business standpoint, that is amazing marketing because Ben & Jerry's gets so much buzz and so much PR giving people free ice cream cones. But let's look at this from a financial standpoint. You are trying to get a $3 ice cream cone, I rounded it up, for free, and you're waiting in line for 3 hours. So if we do the math, $3 for 3 hours, that means you are valuing your time at 3 divided by 3, $1 an hour. Now I know you're just a college kid, but still, I think your time is worth a little bit more than $1 an hour. But this doesn't just happen when we're in college. This happens all around us. How many times have you seen your friends spend hours and hours and hours trying to find a coupon so they can save $20? Or how many times have you spent months trying to figure out how you can save an extra $500 on your car? Saving your money is great. You should always try to negotiate and get the best price possible, but you also have to value your time. If you can make $20 an hour at your job, is it really worth 30 minutes worth of your time to save $5? Sometimes it's better for us to pay a little bit more and spend our time earning more money. That way we can grow the pot and have more money and then worry a little bit less about the price. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this shorter clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And if you're interested in learning more about how to invest your money in the stock market, our team put together an amazing guide that will walk you through how to invest your money in the stock market. This guide is completely free when you sign up for our daily newsletter. So if you want to read this guide, all you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.